Welcome to Unmasked and Thriving, the podcast. I am TD, your host. Don't we say this all the time? People just need to change their behavior. Take the pills, use protection, disclose your status. But what if that choice comes with risking your safety, your shelter, and even your dignity? What if the real question isn't why don't they change behavior, but rather what systems, fears, and traumas are holding them back? In this episode of Unmasked and Thriving, we strip away the judgment and expose the real struggles behind behavior change in the HIV response. Because survival isn't selfish, stigma isn't weakness, and no one thrives in isolation. Join us as we go beyond the slogans and listen to the real stories behind the silence. This is the last of a trilogy of advocacy episodes that began with Beyond the White Coat, Reimagining Health Leadership, followed by the new breakthrough in HIV medicines, Lana Kapave. Today we tackle behavior change calls. The episode is titled More Than Just a Choice, the Real Struggles Behind Behavior Change. There's a popular phrase in health circles: we just need to change their behavior. Get them to get tested, get them to take the pill, wear a condom, disclose your status, come back for more ARVs. And on paper, it all sounds so simple. But here's the truth. Behavior change doesn't happen in a vacuum. It happens in context. And often, in resistance to context. Today we go deeper. In many parts of our communities, the idea of behavior change bumps up against something more immediate: survival. We can't prioritize condom negotiation when your partner pays rent. You can't make the next clinic visit when the taxi fare is the same money that must be for buying bread for your child. You can't focus on disclosure when the fear of being rejected, or worse, harmed, looms over you. This is not about poor decision making. It's about constrained options. And until our strategies acknowledge the lived pressure of poverty, gender inequality, and violence, we will keep asking people to climb mountains with no shoes. Then there's stigma. Not just the whispered rumors or rejection, but the internal silence, the self-doubt, the shame that keeps someone from getting tested or from accepting a diagnosis even years after. Behavioral change often requires social support, yet stigma isolates, especially for those whose identity is already judged. The LGBTQI+ community, people who use drugs, or even youth and women. If your entire sense of self is under attack, how do you find the strength to change? In many cultures, the expectations are clear. A man must be strong, never sick, never vulnerable. A woman must submit, not question, not demand. Fertility is a duty, even when risks are high. We don't talk enough about how these cultural expectations and religion shape and sometimes sabotage health behavior. And too often, behavior change campaigns come in like bulldozers, trying to overwrite these norms without understanding their deep emotional and social meaning. Grief, depression, fatigue. Some people are just tired of death, tired of hoping, tired of pretending they are okay. We see people who've buried partners, children, siblings, who walk around with unspoken trauma. And then we tell them, just take your meds, just protect yourself, as if the body can obey while the soul is still bleeding. Mental wellness is not a side issue. It is a central issue to behavioral change. Let's be honest. Some interventions fail not because people didn't listen. These fail because we didn't listen to them. We created models based on logic, forgetting that humans are emotional, cultural, spiritual beings. We pushed pamphlets without asking, does this language resonate? We hired outsiders instead of insiders. We taught prep without first asking what people fear about it. And now we face distrust. We face fatigue and a population that is tired of being treated like a problem to fix instead of people with wisdom to share. So, what would it look like to reimagine behavior change? Well, it starts with recentering people's dignity. It continues by listening deeply, curiously, and respectfully. And it must be rooted in the truth of our context, the joy and the pain, the culture and the chaos, the barriers and the beauty. Behavior doesn't just change when you know better. It changes when you are supported, respected, and empowered to live better. This is Unmasked and Thriving. And here, we don't simplify struggle. We name it, we honor it, and we keep walking through it together. Until next time.
Thanks for joining us on Unmasked and Thriving. If this episode spoke to you, share it with someone carrying silent grief or sacred fire. Subscribe, review. Come back next week. Come walk with us in the abundance, authority, and victory of eternal life.